right, so you're thinking about making a move to Phoenix, Arizona. Maybe you've got a higher end budget, and maybe you're trying to figure out which areas are considered the best of the best when trying to find a place to live here. Well, today we're gonna take a look at two of the areas that most people consider are right up there, considered the best of the best, are considered some of the most desirable neighborhoods in all of Arizona. And we are talking about the town of Paradise Valley and Arcadia, specifically Arcadia proper. Now, there are a lot of similarities between Paradise Valley and Arcadia, but there are quite a few differences as well. And I think a lot of people might not realize what the big differences are until you're actually here and living in it. So we're gonna try to guide you on that, kind of give you a heads up without being out here so you understand what might be important to you. So we're gonna take a look around, we're gonna tour some of the neighborhoods, we'll give you an idea what the areas look like, and make sure to stick around to the end so we can give you a list of things that you might want to avoid if you're gonna choose one of these two neighborhoods. So if that might be helpful for you, then stay tuned. What's up, everybody? It's Greg Corbett with the AZ Lifestyle Group right here in Paradise Valley, Arizona. If this is your first time to this channel and you're looking to find out everything you need to know about what it's like living in and or moving to the Phoenix metro area, including the best neighborhoods like Paradise Valley and Arcadia, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you can be notified whenever we post a new video. We are helping people from all over when it comes to finding the best places and neighborhoods to live here, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about making a move and you need any assistance whatsoever, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when it comes to moving to the Phoenix metro. All right, guys, here walking around in Paradise Valley. Beautiful day to be out and about, getting a little warm, but some beautiful scenery around me. Always love kind of cruising around here. So I'll give you kind of an idea on where we're at. We are on 56th Street right now between McDonald and Lincoln. So it's kind of the heart of Paradise Valley. I've got Camelback Mountain right behind me. You can see it over here. Just north of Lincoln is Mummy Mountain. On this side, we've got the Mountain Shadows Resort and Golf Club sitting over here. And obviously we're tucked in around a lot of beautiful homes. So we're gonna kind of tour around, give you an idea of what Paradise Valley has to offer. Also take a look at Arcadia proper because they're gonna have similar price points. They're gonna have a lot of similarities as far as being the most desirable in the Phoenix metro and also all of Arizona, but they're gonna have some distinct differences as well. So we're gonna kind of go through those and really kind of give you some ideas on what you might wanna look for when you're trying to make a decision between either of those or maybe even another neighborhood altogether. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and bring up the map here. We'll kind of talk location on both Paradise Valley and Arcadia proper. I've got Paradise Valley highlighted here on Google Maps, so you can see kind of the red border area. We'll toggle out a little bit so we don't have all the extra text, but so the red boundary is the town of Paradise Valley, not to be confused with Paradise Valley Village in Phoenix. Paradise Valley Village is a nice area. It's a nice part of Phoenix. It's not the town of Paradise Valley. So that can be something that can be confusing to certain people. The town of Paradise Valley is completely separate. So you are right kind of in the center between Phoenix and Scottsdale. So everything, this line here going down is Scottsdale Road. So everything on the east side of Scottsdale Road is in Scottsdale, in the city of Scottsdale. And then in Scottsdale, really, you know, you've got the 85254 zip code to the north here, which is really a Phoenix boundary, but is considered Scottsdale. That's the magic zip code. But everything else on the west side is Phoenix. And then you're, you know, if you go south, you are in Tempe. So there's Paradise Valley for you. Now, when we're comparing Arcadia proper, that is a very small section between Phoenix and Scottsdale. It's primarily located in Phoenix, but also goes into kind of the Old Town Scottsdale area. So if we're looking at it, we want, this road here is Camelback Road. and you'll go all the way to 68th Street. And then you're going to go down. If you see the blue line here, that is the canal. That's the canal that feeds into our irrigation systems. It's also used as like a walking path, a jogging path. It's a very neighborhood friendly kind of thing that kind of allows people to get out and about, check out the neighborhoods, have the walkability, go to some of the neighborhood restaurants, that type of thing. It's a really cool thing to have. But when we're talking Arcadia proper, it's easy to kind of use that canal path as the borderline from 44th Street to 68th Street in Scottsdale, and from Camelback down to the canal. So that is considered Arcadia proper. The reason Arcadia proper kind of stands out from the rest of 85018 is some of the larger lots that were in there, a lot of the old citrus groves. There's just a lot of things that were different when it was developed originally, and then it became like such a highly desired place to live that it's just taken on a life of its own. Now, you do have Arcadia Light, so for people who are looking to maybe spend some of the money that's in Arcadia, you got Arcadia Light, you got Lower Arcadia, that type of thing. A lot of stuff in 85018 is kind of considered Arcadia. But again, for this particular video, when we're comparing the higher price points, and when you're wondering why there is a $3 million single family home that's 3,000 square foot on a 4,000 square foot lot, and you're wondering PV versus Arcadia, this is the type of stuff you need to know. Otherwise, it won't make any sense to you. So that's why we've got to kind of break this down and kind of show you what's going on. All right, guys, stop number one. We're going to start here in Paradise Valley. I've got the property behind me here. The goal today is to kind of, give you some stuff to kind of generally look at. We're not going to go and tour around. I'll pop up some pictures on screen, and then we're going to really focus on the neighborhoods and kind of what it looks like. I also want you to just kind of get a general idea on how similar price properties compare to each other in each neighborhood, and what to generally expect on the price point for what you're looking for. So this one here is a 4-bedroom, 5-bath, 5,400 square foot home that's listed for $3.225 million. What you're gonna find in Paradise Valley is primarily everything is on a larger lot, acre lot or plus. That is kind of the general feel that you're going to get. So everything's kind of spread out. We'll give you kind of a general idea. We're tucked away in a cul-de-sac here, and we're kind of, now we have Mummy Mountain over here on the west side of us, and we are just west over on this side of like Scottsdale Road. So, we're probably a half mile or so from Scottsdale Road getting to the Scottsdale border. So Paradise Valley is right on the edge of Scottsdale. So a lot of what Paradise Valley, as far as the amenities go, you're close by. That's where you're gonna find your shopping, your dining, that type of thing. Most of the town of Paradise Valley is all just kind of these beautiful homes all sitting, I'd say tucked together, but they're not tucked together because they're all on their own little island. But just a beautiful space kind of within all of the things that you need to have within Metro Phoenix. So let's tour around the neighborhood a little bit. Maybe we'll come back with a little bit more info, and then we'll go check out a house in Arcadia. So a little more info as we're kind of cruising around the neighborhood here. One of the things I see that I really like when it comes to Paradise Valley is just how quiet and peaceful it is. I mean, there's not a lot of traffic. You got these kind of small roads throughout a lot of the neighborhoods here. You do have some of the thoroughfares that have like the major traffic, but a lot of these communities are kind of tucked away where you're not really going to get a lot of traffic. And so for anybody who wants to go out and get on their bike, walk their dogs, walk around a little bit, very peaceful, quiet, obviously beautiful views all over. You're also going to see, and this is a similar thing to Arcadia, you're also going to see just a lot of diversity when it comes to homes. So these homes are going to be, you know, some built that were in the 60s and 70s all the way up into these brand new construction homes right now. We've got a house that was torn down here. They're starting new construction on this one. You're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see a lot of remodels. That is happening both in Arcadia and here in Paradise Valley. But I really like the quietness, the views, the kind of the diversity of what you see in houses here. It's definitely one of the big draws. All right, so now that we've got a glimpse of the first neighborhood here in PV, let's go check out a similar priced home in Arcadia. All right, guys, we are at stop number 2, stop number 1 here in Arcadia. I've got the house behind me over here. This is a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath, 3,400 square foot, listed for $3.25 million. This is a brand new build. This was completed just this year. So new construction on this one, but only a 14,000 square foot lot, no pool. And you know, you're a little closer together here. So I'm gonna show you why. We're gonna tour around here, kind of give you a general idea of what the area feels around this neighborhood here. You get a general idea of it, and then I'm gonna tell you why the prices are what they are, even comparing when you're looking at a smaller lot size, no pool, houses closer together. Obviously the new construction helps, but there's a little bit more to it than that. So let's cruise around. We'll come back and talk about it. All right, so as we tour around a little bit more, a couple things that you probably pick up on as we're touring through. Number one, just the greenery of the area here in Arcadia. Very mature landscape, a lot of mature trees, a lot of grass. You know, people who live here like to have green grass up front. There's a lot of families here. You're gonna have people walking around with their kids playing outside. It just has a different feel. One of the kind of the similarities that you see between here and PV is definitely the diversity in the houses. You're gonna see a lot of different construction. Obviously, you see a lot of this new kind of modern farmhouse. That's been kind of the big thing that's been building over the last, I don't know, 10 years or so. There's been a lot of that kind of style. You do see a lot of modern stuff that's kind of popping up in here as well, so might not have as much diversity here in Arcadia as you do in Paradise Valley, but definitely a lot of diversity, a lot of people doing some custom stuff that you're not going to see anywhere else. So you know, when it comes to just reasons why people might pay some of the same prices, I mean, I think it's, you know, location primarily, and then obviously, you know, it's kind of just has a little bit more of a family feel. So this is more people, you're going to see people around, families out and about, that type of thing, versus Paradise Valley. You kind of see it can be a little bit of a ghost town sometimes, with a lot of people having second homes. So again, let's tour a little bit more. We'll go back to PV right now, show you a house up against the mountain, and then we'll come back, compare one more house here in Arcadia. All right, guys, we are at stop number 3, house number 2 here in Paradise Valley. And I wanted to kind of showcase one of these homes up against the mountain, because, you know, part of the really cool draw when you're driving around Paradise Valley, whether you're driving down Tatum or you're driving down Lincoln or McDonald, is kind of seeing these houses tucked up against the mountain. So we're going to take a look at one of these, or I'll show you this one behind me here. This is a 5-bedroom, 5.5 bath, 7,000 square foot home, listed for $3.75 million. Again, tucked up against the mountain. This was built in 2003. All these homes here, you know, have this. So you've got you know, a lot of desert up front, so your yard space might not be as usable, but your views are incredible. So when you're kind of seeing up there, and I'll kind of walk around here and kind of give you a general idea on what some of these views look like, but it's pretty insane once you start looking around. So I'll showcase some of that for you. So again, let's cruise around this area a little bit, kind of show, what these look like in here, give you a little bit of the views, and we'll go from there. So as I'm touring around, I mean, one thing that you guys will notice, same thing I'm noticing, is just, number one, it's just really, really cool houses, super unique, very diverse. I mean, you just get so many different styles. You don't see anything that looks the same. It's just all really cool and unique houses. And it's just not something you see very often. Again, you get it in Arcadia, you get it here in Paradise Valley, certain parts of Central Phoenix. But man, there's just some things that you see that you can't find anywhere else. Again, the other thing up here when you're up against the mountain is you get all these views. I'm not sure if the camera does an amazing job of capturing, all this stuff behind me here, but it's just quiet and peaceful, and then you just have all the views. So you might not have a huge yard as far as, usable, as far as going out in the backyard, that type of thing. Typically people are going to have a little space to have a pool, that type of thing. The other thing that's kind of unique to Paradise Valley is, with the amount of, or the desirability of the properties and the money that's in here, a lot of it is second homes that people own, that they come out here for a little bit of time, and so they sit vacant a lot of the year. So that's going to be a lot of the reason why they're so quiet as well. So we're going to head over to see the final house at Arcadia, compare that one, and then we're going to wrap it up, give you some pros and cons that you guys want to consider. All right, our last stop for today, again here in Arcadia. We are at this home here. This is a 4-bed, 4-bath, 4,200 square foot house, listed for $3.6 million. This is going to be a 20,000 square foot lot. You do, we're kind of tucked up against Camelback back here, so you do have some Camelback views. Like I said when we were in the map tour, pretty much all of Arcadia you get like a pretty good backdrop of Camelback, so that's good. But anybody who has direct views in their backyard, you're going to probably have a little bit more of a premium on that. You do, again, kind of looking around, seeing the cul-de-sac here, seeing some of the new construction, seeing how everybody's kind of tucked together. But you see the diversity. You see, some of these older homes might have a slightly little bit of a remodel to something that's brand new construction back here. So this is kind of generally what you're going to see. You're going to see a lot of diversity in Arcadia proper specifically. There is a lot to look at, but I wanted to kind of focus, since we were looking in the mid $3 million range, I wanted to kind of focus our energy on what you can kind of compare when it comes to PV versus Arcadia. Realistically, you can go extremely higher in both areas, so something to consider. So let's go wander around one other spot I want to show you. We'll wrap it up. I'll give you those pros and cons to think about. All right, guys, so let's talk a few more pros regarding Arcadia, regarding Paradise Valley, also some things to avoid, that type of thing. So I'm here at the canal. One of the big things about Arcadia, one of the big draws, is it's kind of centrally located to everything. You also have this canal system, which is, kind of runs right to the south of Arcadia proper here. This is where people can come out, take a jog, ride their bikes, bring their dogs for a walk. Just a nice place to have like a lot of cool views and that type of thing. You also have, places like restaurants that are right on the canal, so you can take your bike, and I've done this a few times, and drive on up, park your bike outside, walk into Oso here. They just opened up Little O's right next to it. Really cool place to kind of hang out, have a drink, watch a game, get a bite to eat, that type of thing. If you go up a little further, you can also get to places like Chelsea's Kitchen. You can get to the Biltmore. You can go into Old Town Scottsdale off the canal. So you're kind of in this really central location here, which puts you close to everything. Walkability is great if you want to walk to your grocery store, if you want to walk to a restaurant, that type of thing. Pretty easy to do. So I think from a walkability perspective, Arcadia definitely has a lot of advantages. on the potential thing to avoid, you know, a lot of people like it here because it's you know, it's really kind of all tied together without any major thoroughfares going through, so you're not going to have any major streets for a large portion of it, so it's very safe for families. But if you're just on the north side of Camelback, or if you find some of the little pocket areas, there are some spots that just kind of are little cul-de-sacs, or you're going to have to cross a major intersection to get through it, so watch out for those. Those are things that you want to look out for. On the PV side, again, there's so many good views, lots of larger lots. You're kind of on your own little island. You just don't have the same kind of walkability that you do here in Arcadia. It also just isn't as family friendly. You also might have to watch out for Airbnb parties. I know PV has done a good job of trying to crack down on those lately, but there's a lot of big houses that are pretty much sitting there, so people are looking to rent them out sometimes, so you're gonna watch out for that too. So again, a lot to consider. This is why we want you guys to reach out to us. We're here to kind of help you and guide you. We'll put the contact info on screen as always. Make sure to let us know if this was helpful. Let us know if you have any questions. Drop a comment below. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. I'm gonna go into Oso, grab myself a beverage. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.